What's up, GoBots? It's your boy Alex. You've docked at Seeker Sentral, the place where we take an elevated look at the Transformers TCG, and we're back for round, what is this, 4 of our Wave 3 box opening sealed pools. So what we've been doing so far is we've divided our Wave 3 box into 5 sealed pools in the Transformers TCG. For the sealed environment, you take 6 booster packs, you open all 6, and then you make a team of 25 stars and a battle deck of 25 cards, 25 stars between the two, and you do so in 20 minutes before then playing other people. It's a really fun way to have a new and diverse experience every time you go out to play. It's also a wonderful way to build a collection as you're starting out. So as a fun exercise, I thought I'd take one of the boxes that I got for this launch and divide it up, do some exercises, and then we'll discuss what our findings are at a later video. But without further ado, let's get to cracking some packs, pulling some Transformers. We've had some cool pools already so far, so we're gonna quick get ourselves organized. We've got 6 packs, got our timer set, and let's go. All right, so let's first open the packs up, take a look at the character cards, and see what we've got. Ugh, packs. So much trash. Alright, that goes in there. We've got a Raider Flame Feather. I haven't been super impressed with the Fire Cons so far, at least in the sealed environment. There's just far less blue than you can, or far less orange than one would reasonably expect in a set. I'll go over the statistics in our conclusions video later, but suffice it to say there are a lot fewer cards by percentage of orange in this set than there were in Wave 2 or Wave 1. And we've got another Flame Feather, which is kind of disappointing, but it does allow us to illustrate a point. In the sealed environment, you can use duplicate characters. If you pull 2 characters of the same type, you can use them. So we've got a Specialist Ratchet and a Raider Nightstick. All right. And we'll open up our battle cards after we open up and take a look at our characters. Healing is actually pretty good in this format because of Pierce being so prevalent. Basically, Pierce takes up a lot of the space in the set that Orange did in the earlier sets, and so the overall amount of health that you're running is really important. So getting additional benefit from healing with Ratchet can be pretty wonderful. And he's an 8 cost character, so you can slot him in a lot of places. We also just opened up a Runamuck, which if we can get the other half of his team Runabout, that is going to definitely be where we're going to try to go. Ooh! We have a Trigger Happy, one of my favorite characters in the entire Wave 4 sealed. The Pierce 4 is, like I was saying, incredibly important. You're just going to be able to reliably take down characters very quickly. And lastly, we have a Sergeant Scrapnel and a Private Lionizer. Okay, we got an okay battle card. Again, Bold in this set is not as good as it would be in other sets. Are we missing one small character? I hope I didn't throw it away. I'm going to pause the timer for a second. And take a look at the trash. Did we throw anything away? I'm going to assume that we did. Yes, we did. Hey, look at that. Raider Laserbeak. Okay. Whew. That was close. You open so many packs and you just kind of blow through them at a certain point, so... Alright, resume. Okay, so let's take a look again at what we have for our big characters. We have Flame Feather, a couple of them, not real happy about seeing that. We have a Trigger Happy at 8, which is great. If we can get a Lionizer on him at 7. That would be, we're at 15 then. So we'd have 10 stars remaining, so we could run another large character like a Ratchet and get a bunch of benefit off of heal and try to survive longer with Lionizer out. That's definitely something that we can try to do. Raider run amok by himself at 10 stars is just, if we got the other half, it would have been great, but you know, that's just not what we want to do. But we could pair Sergeant Scrapnel with Ratchet instead of Lionizer and run a larger team. This would bring us to 15 plus 9 is 24, so we could be able to run a star card. So let's just kind of put this section up here. We also have this nightstick, but honestly, it's a lot of star cost for not a lot of benefit. So is one of, in the sealed environment, because of how inconsistent getting double black is going to be, I don't recommend it. At least at this juncture. I've done about 4 sealed events in person so far, so I have at least some experience with what's going on, but more experience is always better. So let's put this stuff to the side and start getting our battle cards open, because we've already burned 5 minutes off of our clock. Part of doing this is to do the exercise of making this happen. So we get a medic for Ratchet, which is great. A combat dagger, battlefield report is my favorite secret action because it's card draw. Bolster, we got a lot of secret actions in that pack, and an energy pack is our rare, but we did not pull a character with more than 11 stars, so we're just going to put that over to the side because we can't use it at all. And it's easier to cut cards when you have fewer out. So you got a reflective armor, frag toss, smoke cloak, compact shield. Ooh, look at all those armor, and an anticipation engine, and a micro capacitor. Again, not really what we're going to be doing, because we're not going to be running something with a bunch of tap abilities. It's unfortunate that we've already opened 2 rare battle cards that we're not going to be using. Calculated Strike, though, I really like. A second combat dagger. A Dismantle, fantastic with the Sergeant Scrapnel. Actually, no, it's an upgrade from one of your characters, so it's not as good. A second Anticipation engine, great. Full loadout, which we could fit in, and a dampening field. So the Private Lionizer, if we get another full loadout, and we can actually get a fair amount of, because we already have 2 combat daggers, if we can actually get the orange required, Private Lionizer is absolutely where we want to be. Dismantling Claw, IR, blah, 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 blah. Another Smoke Cloak, a Bolster, great, another Orange Pip, another Hiding Spot, and an Ultra Magnus Armor. That is, oof, that's really good to see. Really, really like seeing that. It's 2 stars, though. I don't know if we're going to be able to fit it. So let's see. It's we'll put it over here for the time being. It's just it's a nice card. I like it. I like opening it. I've yet to open an Ultra Magnus so far. But I have not opened a ton of product at the point of opening this, recording this video. Repurpose, good card draw. Personal Combat Drone, another Dismantling Claw. So this can be great with Sergeant Scrapnel. A Battlefield Scan, which I really don't like. I'm just going to put it over here for right now. A Device Virus, and a Quartermaster, which makes playing Private Lionizer even more enticing. I just love that card. I think in Constructed it's going to see an absolute ton of play. Ooh, another Dismantle. That's great. A Force Field. A Calculated Strike. A Fuel Cache. Another Bolster. And a Gyro Blaster. We basically don't want to... That's the opposite of what we want to be doing. So, okay, we have our cards. So let's see. If we do Private Lionizer, Then we have between Lionizer and Trigger Happy, we have 15, and then we have 8 with Ratchet, so we have space for 2 star cards. So we could run Fuel Cache and a full loadout, which I think is what we would want to do instead of running the single Ultra Magnus armor. I think that's more benefit. So because if we were running 3 Autobot large or 2 Autobot large characters, I'd be a lot more incentivized to run Ultra Magnus armor. Let's just take a look one more time at here what we could potentially do. We don't want to do Nightstick instead because it makes the Ultra Magnus armor even worse. And that basically goes for everything except for Mudslinger, but we're not running Mudslinger over one of these. So, alright, so we've got our cards. Let's now think about what we want to be doing. And let's just put the energy pack into the conversation for the time because it's an orange pip. And we may just want to be doing as much orange pipping. Pip, hooray. Wow, that was awful. Okay, so for the time being, let's go with the idea of this as our lineup. Now, the difference is with this that I want to make a note of is we're going to be going from 8 to or 11 to 8 health. So we're going to be 3 less. So with this lineup, we're at 20, 34. That's actually okay. 34 is fine, but this would make it a ton of health. But let's see how much we can fit in terms of orange pips. So first up, let's take a look at the cards here that we just know we're not going to play. I think Frag Toss is one of those cards. So we can put that off to the side. And then for here, our actions, besides Fuel Cache, and we do have a fair amount of secret actions that we can play. We're at 2 actions plus the 3 bolster. Let's put all of these over together. That's a fair amount of orange. And we want to attack and do pierce. So let's get the calculated strike's going to be great with Lionizer. So let's get both calculated strikes in for sure. Absolutely have to run the Quartermaster because if we can get a Lionizer back, that is unbelievable. Yeah, that's basically it should just read you win the game. We're going to run both Dismantle because we need to have interaction, and we'll run Repurpose, but we can probably get away with not running a device virus because we have more direct interaction with Dismantle. However, we won't be able to get rid of utilities. However, you're going to be prioritizing getting rid of weapons most of the time. Weapons and armor. When you have the choice, it's generally better to get rid of an armor than it is to get rid of a weapon because odds are the weapon is attached to something that's already tapped and it's not going to be attacking as anytime soon. So thing to consider. So let's also pull this compact shield out because it's not really doing what we want to do. Both of these smoke cloaks might come out as well, but we'll see. I think this dampening field, it's great against us, but we don't really want it. But these 2 hiding spots, because then we can make sure that we give the other something else stealth to force an attack into Lionizer. So let's run both of those. Okay, now we have the force field, which we're for sure running, and let's do a quick card count: 1, 2, 3, 5, and then all right. So let's just move that out of here. Make even piles easier to count going forward. All right, so we have 5, 10, 15. Ooh, hold on one second. We're going to pause the video for just a sec. All right, we're back. Okay, so let's Oh, well, we don't have our timer back. I think we have about 5 minutes left, but we'll finish this out and go from there. So we have 5, 10, 15, and then we're basically missing 3 cards that were, or rather, we need to make 1 cut between what we have. Okay, so yeah, we have to make 1 cut, and I think that cut is probably going to be the energy pack. But let's quick do a count of how many orange we have. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 orange pips total, which is not a lot, especially for Private Lionizer, so I don't want to be cutting that at this point. We definitely want to be running all of these actions over here. The one thing I could see us cutting is maybe one of the anticipation engines, because it's a white pip, and we're actually running fewer actions overall. So the anticipation engine is only, well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 actions. So we are running a little over half the deck as actions. So anticipation engine might actually be a pretty good call at this point. But this is a weapon, so total number of things that we're going to be doing, I think this is going to be the cut. So let's just make sure how many cards we have. And we still have to make 1 cut, it looks like. Yeah, we still have 1 cut that we need to make. And I think that is going to be this personal targeting drone. This is the least impactful of the cards that we have. And remember, we do have a medic. Where is our medic? We have a medic. We need the medic in here. We can just run the medic as a 26th card. I think that's actually probably what we want to do. You can run more than 25 for sure. That's absolutely something that you can do. So at that point, we're at 26. And I think this is where we would want to be with this particular build. I think we're going to leave it for there right now. One thing to remember, Trigger Happy allows you to return a weapon from your scrap pile to your hand. So you can't, that does not bring back Lionizer. Only Repurpose is going to be or Quartermaster rather, is going to be able to do that for us. So just something to keep in mind when you are playing the card. Let's just quick do one more scan through our cards, and I think we are good. We don't have anything in here that really stands out as must play. Remember, everything that is in that's at the rest of your pool, you are totally fine to play after game 1. It's considered your sideboard. You just have to make sure that the deck that you bring to game 2 is 25-star legal. So cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this build. It was interesting to actually use one of the cards that puts a card into your hand. I expect Trigger Happy to just do an enormous amount of damage, especially if we can land a Lionizer onto him. Giving bold for plan 1 to a character it's pretty great. It's pretty great because it can get the cards out of your hand that aren't going to be as useful, like full loadout, if you don't have upgrades in your hand. Yeah, so cool. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are of this build, so share them down in the comments. Share, and subscribe as well to keep up to date on the channel. We've got one more pool out of this box, and then after that, we're going to do a conclusions video where we're going to talk about some of the statistics of the set, like the pip counts, percentages, you know, what to expect in a pack and in a pool, to kind of go over broader strategies so you can have a better idea of what you're going to be going up against, so that if you are put in a position where you have an obvious strategy that can go against what is expected, you are going to have a lot of advantage in those cases. So doing these exercises and learning about how the format is shaping up is going to pay off dividends moving forward. Also, Sealed is just fun. Sealed is a lot of fun. It's new and different every time. This game is pretty well balanced for Sealed. I mean, absolutely you will go up against teams where your opponent, you know, pulls a General Megatron or an Ultra Magnus or a General Optimus Prime, or, you know, something, or, you know, they have a double trigger happy. I faced a double trigger happy over release weekend, and that was very frustrating. I mean, it was cool. It was really cool to see, but it was also super frustrating. That Pierce, it was just like, it doesn't matter what you're going to do. You're just going to get damage marked on you just over and over and over and over again. So anyway, that's going to be enough for this video. Again, like, share, and subscribe. I'd love to hear what you guys think. And until next time, I'm your boy Alex. This is Seeker Central, and go out, seek higher skies.